Welcome to Fundamental Financial Analysis presentation by Amanda Ellis. First, we have the project overview, economic analysis for both international and national, capital market analysis, sector analysis, industry analysis, management analysis, within the company analysis, balancing income analysis, qualitative analysis, ratio analysis, and final evaluation. First, the economic analysis for international. The global economy is facing significant challenges. Growth has lost momentum, high inflation has broadened out across countries and products, and is providing persistence. Risks are skewed to the downside. Energy supply shortages could push prices higher. Interest rates increase, necessary to curb inflation. Heightened financial vulnerabilities. GDP growth has been slowing. Tighter money policy and higher real estate interest rates. Persistently high energy prices, weak real household income growth, and declining confidence are all expected to affect growth. The United States and Europe are slowly sharpening, and the major Asian emerging markets economies are expected to account for close to 3/4 of global GDP growth in 2023 at 2.2%. Inflation will remain high in 2023 at 6.6%, but will remain moderate. This is all according to the OECD data. Both short-term and long-term interest rates are forecasted to increase. The economic analysis international continued is Russia's war in the Ukraine is increasing the risks of debt distress in low-income countries and food insecurity. The world is coping with a massive energy price shock. Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine has provoked a massive energy price shock not seen since the 1970s. The increase in energy prices is taking a heavy toll on the world economy, which will worsen if European gas storage runs short. This could force rationing in Europe, hurting countries worldwide as global gas prices are pushed higher. Growth would be lower and prices higher in Europe and worldwide. The GDP spent on energy is 17.7%, given the conditions of the international markets and political issues affecting the energy issue. I would recommend a conservative approach when investing at this time. I recommend focusing on more short-term investments. And within the national level, for the economic analysis, I chose Germany. The economy of Germany is a highly developed social market. It has the largest national economy in Europe, the fourth largest by nominal GDP in the world, and fifth by GDP. Germany has a mixed economy. It allows for a free market in consumer goods and business services, but the government imposes regulations even in those areas to protect its citizens. Germany has a combined economy and defense since everyone receives the benefit while those with higher income pay more taxes. The main sectors are service, manufacturing, agricultural, and energy. The service sector contributes around 70% of the total GDP. Manufacturing, the top 10 exports of Germany are vehicles, machinery, chemical goods, electronic products, electrical equipment, pharmaceuticals, transport equipment, basic metals, food products, and rubber and plastics. You will see some of those exports that I mentioned within my presentation within the companies that I chose. Also, agricultural is Germany is rich in timber, lignite, potash, and salt. And in the energy sector, some major sources of natural gas are being exploited in the state of, I can't pronounce that. Anyway, I'll continue. So the current population is 83,294,633. Germany benefits from its membership in the EU and its addition of the euro. Like many other Eurozone members, the power of the euro means interest rates stay low, which has spurred investment. In fact, many say that Germany profits the most for its membership. Its strong manufacturing base means it has plenty to export to other members of the Eurozone and does so more cheaply, giving German companies a competitive advantage that only improves over time. That creates prosperity, giving German consumers more money to spend locally. The war in the Ukraine is affecting the German economy. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz stood before a special session of the Bundestag, I can't say that either, to address Russia's unprovoked attack on the Ukraine. And then it gives a quote there that you can see on the slide. Excuse me. Within the capital market analysis, the stock market still is recovering from the 2008 crash, showing signs of growth, and certainly with the latest election. Bonds have steadily grown over the last 5 years and still see a safe market for the long term. The stock market value, let's see, the most recent 2022 is 13,923.59. The bond market returns are the most recent 2022 is at 2.455. Excuse me. The sector analysis. The sector analysis I have is software publishers, manufacturing machinery, chemical industry, hospital industry, electrical industry, agricultural industry, finance and industry, insurance industry, automobile industry, iron and steel industry, couriers and messengers industry. Excuse me, those are the 10 industries that I am analyzing. Software publishers. The software publishers publishing industry is engaged primarily in the dissemination of software licenses to customers for the right to execute software on their own computers and devices. Software publishers typically develop and distribute their own software as well as support materials and services. I found that on IBSLworld.com. The main competitors in this industry are Microsoft Corporation, International Business Machines Corporation, Apple Inc., Oracle Corporation, and SAP. The software industry has been on the grow and expected to expand in the future, primarily in the healthcare and financial industries. As remote access to produce the workflow in these two industries grow, a variety of software programs are needed. These range from the need for secure access to the programs and the need to produce the workflow there. The industry share in GDP for software publishers is 2017 1.3, 2018 1.3, 2019 1.4, 2020 1.6, and it grows in 2021 to 1.7. The industry growth rates are 2017 at 9.7, 2018 at 11, 2019 at 9, 2020 at 15.1, and it increases in 2021 to 17.6. Manufacturing machinery. Industries in the manufacturing machinery subsector create end products that apply mechanical force, for example, the application of gears and levers to perform work. Some important processes for the manufacture of machinery are forging, stamping, bending, forming, and machining that are used to shape individual pieces of metal. Processes such as welding and assembly are used to join separate parts together. Although these processes are similar to those in the metal fabrication establishments, machinery manufacturing is different because it typically employs multiple metal forming processes and manufacturing that various parts of the machine. Moreover, complex assembly operations are an inherent part of the production process, and that came from BLS.gov. Manufacturing machinery continued. Competitors include Apple, Volkswagen, Toyota Group, Samsung, and Ford Motor Company. They are the highest competitors in the manufacturing industry. The manufacturing industry continues to stay stable and strong, fulfilling the need for equipment needed to continue to build and construct ongoing projects. Germany remains a major competitor with Volkswagen. The industry in this GDP is 2017 was 0.8, 2018 was 0.8, 2019 was 0.8, 2020 was 0.8, and 2021 dropped down to 0.7. Industry growth rates are in 2017 was 8.2, 2018 went down to 5.9, 2019 went way down to negative 1.1, 2020 went even further down to negative 7.6, and 2021 jumped way up to 13.5. Chemical industry. So in the chemical industry, companies produce industrial chemicals. Central to the modern world economy, it converts raw materials such as oil, natural gas, water, air, metals, and minerals into more than 70,000 different products. That came from Wikipedia. The chemical industry has had to deal with a sharper focus on decarbonization strategies due to the increased attention from stakeholders, regulatory change, and technology innovation. The chemical industry is responding with its commitments to decarbonization, recycling, and resource recovery. With this information, I see a decline in the industry, even though it has continued to be stable over the last 5 years. And a lot of this information I got from Deloitte.com. In the chemical industry, the industry share in GDP was 2017 0.4, all the way to 2021 at 0.4, has not changed. So in the industry growth rates, we have 2017 was negative 1.2, 2018 went up to 1.7, 2019 jumped up to 4.6, 2020 went back down to 1.3, and 2021 decreased down to negative 0.3. So it's very just unstable there with the industry growth rates. The hospital industry, the healthcare industry, is an aggregation and integration of sectors within the economic system that provides goods and services to treat patients with curative, preventive, rehabilitative, and palliative care. That came from Wikipedia. Within the hospital industry, the top 5 hospitals include the Mayo Clinic, Hirschlanden Clinic im Park, that's in Germany, Singapore General Hospital, Johns Hopkins, and Charlie Berlin. And that came from something about the best hospitals in the world, a website there I found. The medical industry has remained strong with little change in growth. Growth in the other industries, such as the chemical and software industries, overlap and attribute to the strength of the medical industry. COVID has also had an impact with the number of people needing to be hospitalized. The industry share in the GDP within the hospital industry was 2017 2.5, 2018 went down to 2.4, 2019 was 2.4, 2020 at 2.5, and 2021 at 2.4, so it's stayed kind of stable. The industry growth rates are 2017 was 1.2, 2018 was 1.9, 2020 was 0.7, and 2021 was 3.4, so it's kind of all over the place on the growth rates. The electrical industry. So within the electrical industry, the electric power industry covers the generation, transmission, distribution, and sale of electric power to the general public in the industry. The commodity sold is actual energy, not power. Consumers pay for kilowatt hours, power multiplied by time, which is energy. That came from Wikipedia. The competition within this is Atlassian, IBM, Simon, Microsoft, PTC, and Parasoft. The electrical industry has been stagnant for the past few years. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, employment of electrical engineers is projected to grow 7% from 2020 to 2030, with nearly 23,000 new job openings projected each year over the decade. By 2030, the number of electrical engineers employed in the solar energy industry is expected to grow by nearly 25%. Electrical engineers employed in the wind energy industry is projected to grow by almost 52%. And that came from progressiverecruitment.com. The industry share in GDP is 2017 was 0.3, 2018 was 0.3, and across the board through 2021 is 0.3. The industry growth rates are 2017 at 5.1, 2018 at 3.4, 2019 at negative 5.3, 2020 down to negative 5.2, and 2021 it jumped way up to 13.6. The industry analysis for agricultural. Agriculture encompasses crop and livestock production, aquaculture, fisheries, and forestry for food and non-food products. Agriculture was the key development in the rise of sedentary human civilization, whereby farming of domesticated species created food surpluses and enabled people to live in cities. That came from Wikipedia. The top 5 agricultural companies in the world include Cargill, ADM, Bayer, John Deere, and CNH Industrial. In the coming years, the agricultural sector will have to overcome numerous challenges, both national and international level. As world agricultural markets are highly internationalized, social and economic developments around the world are influencing domestic agriculture and its strategic direction, both through growing demand for agricultural products and through growing competition that can produce more cheaply abroad. In particular, the tightening of environmental protection and animal welfare requirements, compliance with which is prerequisite for the disbursement of agricultural subsidies, is likely to affect sectors through the additional costs. And that came from iblsworld.com. The industry share in the GDP for 2017 was 0.9, 2018 0.8, 2019 0.7, 2020 0.8, 2021 0.9, so it stayed about the same across the board. The growth rates was a negative 2.1 in 2017, 2018 was 2.8, 2019 negative 5.9, 2020 2.8, 2021 negative 8.5, so it's kind of gone all over the place. Finance and insurance industry. This is my favorite industry since I'm in the banking world. So financial services are the economic services provided by finance industry, which encompasses a broad range of businesses that manage money, including credit unions, banks, credit card companies, insurance companies, accountancy companies, consumer finance companies, stock brokerage, investment funds, individual asset managers, and some government-sponsored enterprises. That came from Wikipedia. The top 7 financial services businesses are Transamericorp, Ping An Insurance Corp, IBC, China Construction Bank, Agricultural Bank of China, Chia Life Insurance, and Allianz. Allianz is the German business that I'll be reviewing later. So rising interest rates fuel investor uncertainty. The Federal Reserve is expected to continue raising rates until it controls inflation. There isn't a clear or concise timeline for how long the rates will continue, and right now it's gone up to 7.75% on prime, so I'm hoping it'll just kind of stay level or go down. So that reference came from iblsworld.com. So the industry share in the GDP. 2017 was at 7.8, 18 was 7.9, 2019 at 8, 2020 8.5, and 2021 at 8.4, so it stayed kind of level. The growth rates have been, it's negative 1.7 in 17, 2018 was negative 0.1, 2019 it jumped up to 3.3, 2020 was 2.7, and 2021 jumped way up to 7.2. The automobile industry. So within the automobile industry, companies comprises of a wide range of companies and organizations involved in the design, development, manufacturing, and marketing, selling of motor vehicles. So I'll keep it short because it looks like I'm running out of time. So within the automobile industry, the industry shares in GDP is 0.1, for 2017. 2018 was 0.1, and across the board through 2021 at 0.1. The growth rates, 2017 was negative 12.98, 2018 was 4.8, so it jumped up a lot, 2019 3.6, and 2020 at 9, and 2021 at 9.5. Iron and steel industry. So the iron and steel industry focuses on steel and iron, of course. The sector is divided into two basic types of production that each represents approximately half of the domestic production. Integrated steel mills use a three-step process to produce steel. And let's see, the Acromental is a German company. Both Steel America, Nippon Steel, JFE Holdings, and Nucor are the major competitors. The industry share in the GDP is 2017.1, 2018.2, 2019.1, 2020.1, 2021.2, and the growth rates are 2017 negative 10, 2018 negative 1.5, 2019 2.2, 2020 18.7. So it jumped up but went way down in 2021 to negative 52.2. The courier and messengers industry. This is my final industry. So the couriers and messengers subsector is part of the transportation and warehousing sector. The competitors are DHL, which is a German company, FedEx Logistics, UPS, Quinn, Nigel, I can't pronounce that very well. The industry share in GDP is 2017 was 0.2, 2018 was 0.3, 2019 was 0.3, 2020 was 0.3, and 2021 was 0.4. The industry growth rates is 2017 4.7, 2018 3.3, 2019 0.6, so it went down some there. 2020 jumped back up to 8.8, and 2021 jumped way up to 18.4. So here we are with company analysis. My favorite company of all was SAP. SAP was created in 1972 in Germany. It started developing mainframes to be used for payroll and accounting. In 1973, SAP added purchasing, inventory management, and invoice verification. SAP offers enterprise application software to companies of all sizes. They are redefining enterprise resource planning and crafting networks of intelligent software that provide transparency, resiliency, and sustainability across supply chains. ERP is a software system that helps you run your entire business, supporting automation and processes in finance, human resources, manufacturing, supply chain services, and procurement, and more. The 6 benefits of ERP are higher productivity, deeper insights, accelerated reporting, lower risk, simpler IT, and improved agility. That all came from SAP.com. They have been products added to support over 30 industries that include automotive, banking, consumer, oil, and gas. The products have many categories such as ERP, supply chain management, spend management, and financial management, to name a few. That all came from SAP. The diversification with SAP is that the product is diverse in the many industries that they can serve and the different products they offer. The product does not need a warehouse to store it, so the overhead expenses are not high. The main expense is for the employees who create the program and offer support to those businesses who purchase and access the product. The product involves purchasing a license to have access to it. And that all came from SAP. The differentiation is I don't see how COVID would have much of an effect on SAP's operations. That's how I see that it kind of stood out. They are located around the world and can operate having access to the internet. The only effect I see is if an employee contracted COVID and was too sick to work. SAP offers software to the hospital industry as well. The management for SAP, as you can see, there are several managers there. There's the Christian Klein, the CEO, and Sabine Bendeck, Buchan Music. I can't pronounce these, but as you can see, there's several in management there. The company analysis for SAP management, it shows here that they have several employees. It looks like it has kind of stayed stable. The stock price has gone down a little bit, down to 117.35 in 2022, and it lists the main shareholders there. See, Morgan Stanley is one of those. So the life cycle I say is it's growing and it's matured. It's mature because it's been around since 1972. It's growing and staying competitive with the new innovations, including cloud-based products. The long-term outlook is, even though they have been in the business since 1970s, they have adapted and made changes to continue to compete. I chose this as my primary company to analyze, since Lamar has included the learning SAP in my degree plan, and SAP is also used in several of the plants and businesses in the Beaumont and Southeast Texas areas. The company analysis I have here is the balance sheet. As you can see, they have strong assets. The capital is strong as well. Within the income statement, you see that they do have net income, no losses there, which is a good sign, over $2 billion in income for 2022. Then we've got the current ratios. They're almost at 3%, which is healthy. Then we've got the final evaluation. I recommend to buy. So give my reasons there. The next business we have is Volkswagen Group. The Volkswagen Group comprises of 10 brands from 5 European countries. The vehicles include, commercial vehicles include Skoda, Seat, Cupra, Audi, Lamborghini, Bentley, Porsche, and Ducati. In addition to the Volkswagen Group offers a wide range of further brands and businesses units that includes financial services, and that's what they offer: consumer financing, leasing, banking, and insurance activities, along with their fleet management. Within their diversification, what sets Volkswagen Group apart is that they aren't just automotive manufacturers. They have expanded to leasing, finance, and insurance commercial vehicles and fleets. They have 120 production plants located in Europe, America, South America, Russia, and Africa. Differentiation is that Volkswagen has a large variety of automobiles that appeal to the wealthy. The vehicles include volume, premium, and sport brands. The volume brands include VW commercial vehicles, Skoda, Seat, and Cupra. The premium brands include Audi, Lamborghini, Bentley, and Ducati. The sport brand is the Porsche. So the analysis with the top management, as you can see there, and we've got the management group continue with employees looks like they've gone down a little bit. The stock price has gone down a little bit, and then it lists the main shareholders. The life cycle is listed here, and we've got the balance sheet where they have good numbers in the capital, and they've got income that is at $15,382,000,000 for 2021. Some of these companies were limited, and they have not released their 2022. They usually release them in March. While doing this project, right in the middle of March, those numbers have not been released. So I'm only have some of the businesses at 5 years or 3 years instead of the full 5 years. And here's the ratios, look healthy, close to 3% here in 21. The final evaluation is to invest. The company analysis for Simon. So Simon is a technology company focused on industry, infrastructure, transport, and healthcare. You've got the diversification. The main diversity I see is in the products that range from healthcare to financing. In healthcare, the products offered are CT machines. In financing, they offer working capital finance, project and equipment financing. And the wide range of products they offer is what I see for differentiation. Here it lists the top management. And then we've got the main shareholders. And the assets look very healthy, and the capital and the income has gone down just a little bit. But I was able to get 2022 figures from this. So I've got 4 years on this company. Current ratio is a little low there. And so my recommendation is to buy. The software publishing and technology industries continue to grow. The stock prices continue to be reasonable, and the current ratio is right on the verge of being healthy. They continue to have a net income over $3 billion. So next we have Bayer. Bayer is a global enterprise with core competencies in the life science fields of healthcare and agriculture. So that came from Bayer.com. They offer for health of humans and plants, pharmaceuticals, consumer health, and crop science. The Bayer company has adopted a combination of cost leadership, differentiation, and focused strategies to handle the competitive pressure. The customer base and sales growth are obtained by focusing on the appropriate extensive growth. Go to the next slide. So diversification. Bayer offers products that improve health. Bayer has locations in Switzerland, Albania, Algeria, Angola, Argentina, Austria, to name a few. So that's lists the top management. There continues to grow, and the industry share and GDP continues to grow. So here we've got very strong assets, liabilities, and capital. They've got the net income. Oops, they had net, well, as you can see with the current ratio, they're very healthy as well. So the final evaluation is to buy. And BASF. So this is getting close to the end here. So with BASF, the following statement is from the BFS website. So they create chemistry for a sustainable future. They combine economic success with environmental protection and social responsibility. There's around 11,000 employees. Well, so with there's listed the top management, and you've got the stock price has gone down a little bit, but it's staying pretty healthy and pretty good there. And they've got the employees are staying steady. So the outlook for BASF is long-term due to the continuous discoveries in the chemical industry. So in the balance sheet, you can see that they've got strong capital. They have, this is something that kind of bothered me, is that they had a loss of 627 million. So my recommendation is to, the ratios look good and strong, but still, my final evaluation is to not buy or hold if already purchased. The stock price has gone down. They incurred a loss in 2022, and the industry growth rate has declined dramatically. So my last company is Allianz. Allianz ambition is to occupy you in life, giving you everything you need to have the courage to go forward. They offer 126 million customers or more in more than 70 countries, a wide range of products, services, and solutions in insurance and asset management. That came from Allianz.com. Allianz offers property and casualty insurance, health and life insurance, asset management, business insurance, trade credit insurance, and surety bonds. I didn't really see much diversification in the products, but they offer a large variety of annuities, insurance products, and they are headquartered in Germany and throughout 70 different countries. So the stock price is staying pretty steady. I like the looks of it. It's gone down just a little bit. And the balance sheet looks very strong with the assets in 2021. Again, this was one that did not have the financials released yet for 2022. And as you can see, strong income as well. And the current ratios are amazing. 32% is what I have. I'm wondering if that's correct, but I think it is. So my final evaluation for Allianz is to buy. They have strong ratios and a steady net income. The stock prices are a bit high, but have remained high. The industry growth rate is increased dramatically. So this concludes my presentation. So in short, my recommendations for SAP is to buy, Volkswagen to buy, Siemens to buy, Bayer to buy, BASF to not buy, and Allianz is to buy. These are all German countries, and I kept with the analysis for the country being Germany. So I hope you enjoyed the project and have a good evening.